Justin Bridges, Ridge McCoy. And the top three, and Michael Patton just had an interview with him. Joe Kelly, your thoughts of the pure stock race? You were on the outside looking in the box, just kind of observing it while we called the action. It's pretty good race there.
Absolutely a great race. Had my eyes set on Ridge McCoy. Ridge has been almost unstoppable over at Cochran Motor Speedway in the pure stock division. So I was kind of watching him. Nice to see Brandon McDaniel get the win. All those three guys race together all the time. So really nice to see Brandon McDaniel in victory lane here in the 17M. Justin Bridges in the 12B, and Ridge McCoy settling for third here for the Alabama State Championship, the 2018 version. Ladies and gentlemen, up next is going to be the National Late Model Supercar Series.
That's right. The National Late Model Supercar Series event is about to get started here. And, of course, that's going to be the big event. The big race is paying, of course, a nice little purse, $5,000 to win. Our biggest purse of the year so far, actually. Yeah. All the races have been a minimum of like $2,000 to win, $3,000 to win, $5,000 to win coming up. I just texted Miss Sharon Massey Pennington. She says, good luck, Travis. Give it all you got. Be safe. And everyone all have a safe race, and hope you're all enjoying the races. So thank you, Miss Sharon. And I just sent her the text again of the broadcast. So she's watching or listening back at the hospital.
Awesome.
Thank you to Bobby Rose in Beckley, West Virginia. Eddie Massey, thank you, buddy, as well for checking us out. And thank you to Kim and so many other.
A lot of people listening in on the audio cast.
All the numbers have been insane. Yeah. I was talking with my producer at about 1 o'clock this morning, actually, in Texas. And, of course, it's 5:54 here, so it's 3:54 there, 2-hour difference time in Texas. And he was telling me that we've had over 10,000 or 15,000 replay shots and have averaged over 4,000 viewers listening at the same time. So thank you to those in Texas at the 3 and Out Sports Network. Thank you to executive producer Trey Snide and LaDonna Simone. They got other great coverage coming up for you. We got the postseason of baseball about to get underway, the battle for the World Series. We got you covered on that on the 3 and Out Sports Network, plus Red Cup rants and, of course, all the other great coverage, Sports Talk with the Shadow Cat, and more coming up on the 3 and Out Sports Network. And I like the fact that now you can have the race or the broadcast coverage of sporting events, and then you have a separate channel for the live shows, the talk shows that I call in and do some work on as well. But the numbers for racing, phenomenal, and I like that we go all over and we do these race broadcasts, whether it's dirt, asphalt, drag racing. We did a mud bog and had over 30,000 replay views of people that listen to mud bogs and love mud bog competition. So I love seeing that there's still an interest there in motorsports. Absolutely. For people that try to say that motorsports is dead, you're full of it. It's just a matter of promotion and trying to be the best you can at putting the word out about events and not trying to charge an almighty dollar or try to charge, again, too much for racers to compete or fans for that matter, all to be a part of the show. So definitely we appreciate them as well. The National Late Model Series event, $5,000 to win. And, of course, ladies and gentlemen, this series was created 25 years ago by the great Mr. Ray Miller. Ray Miller passed away back at the end of July. He was sick for a while, Joe Kelly, and he finally passed away. And at the winter of last year, Mr. Billy Thomas, who is the man here at the East Alabama Motor Speedway, the hub of this racetrack. This is the headquarters. This is the home track of the National Late Model Supercar Series right here. This event, of course, is a marquee show. We're going to work on making the National 100 even bigger. We're working on plans with that. Of course, a great battle in the Dirty Dozen. The drivers that we have that compete on the series all over this year. We've gone from Florida all the way up to Livonia, to Georgia at Cochran. We've got some more races we're working on, looking to possibly put something together at Cochran before Thanksgiving weekend. Also, we got some other dates we're working on, another track we're working on as well. The National 100, that's going to be a big event for us here, Joe Kelly, coming up in November here.
One of the things I like about the National Late Model Supercar Series is you're never going to see a bad race out of these guys.
That's right.
I go all over and see racing
and I love
everywhere.
the engine package
It is
because
a great engine
race
package.
fans, you are about to win. Let's just ask them real quickly. Race fans, if you've never seen the National Late Model Supercar Series before, raise your hand in the grandstand. Let's see your show of hands. Okay. Honesty works. That's good. So this is what you're going to see. You've seen 604 Cray late models, Joe Kelly. You've seen 602 late model Sportsman. You're even going to see the super late models later on tonight. Billy Thomas has figured out through the tech and with the engine package, spec rule on tires to allow all of these different engine packages to run together competitively. You're going to see a National Late Model motor. You're going to see a Super motor. You're going to see the 525 engine. You're going to see the Chevy 602, the 604. You're going to see a Ford racing engine. You're going to see a big block modified motor. Yes. You will see that on the National Late Model Supercar Series, and what you will definitely witness, Joe Kelly. You can testify to it. I can testify to it because I was blown away the first time I announced one of their events earlier in the year. They're competitive.
Yes.
They're not somebody just running away from it. Anybody's got a shot to win it. I remember earlier in the year at Floymington, the top 5 cars in qualifying was a Super, a National Late Model motor, spec engine, a 525, a 604, and a 358. And they were like separated by mere thousandths of a second in qualifying. Crazy.
Well, one of the things I like about the series is, the last time the series was at Cochran, let's just pick
Labor Day weekend when Dalton Cook won. Juicy.
Cook,
yes, sir.
And Mark Whitener up there. So these guys, they're, Travis Pennington running this series. These guys are just fabulous drivers. They are so competitive in this series. The National Late Model Supercar Series is probably the most competitive late model series that I've witnessed. Now, you can see Lucas Oil, you can see all. These guys are comparable to that. If you may see a better race out of these guys, most of these guys are friends.
Yes.
And they have a very competitive nature. You talk to Mark Whitener or Travis Pennington or Dalton Cook or, John Baker. Youngster.
And he won here back at the Ray Miller Tribute race in August in the 14.
John Baker has been on fire this year.
Yes, he has.
The young man driving that Baker's Farm entry, he has got so much potential, and he's locked into this National Late Model Supercar Series. He loves this gig, man.
Yes,
he loves it. And we got guys coming back this year that are going to be part of this. Some of the later races, I'm sure. Some of the bigger name drivers will be here to run with this series because the series is already gathering a reputation, and Billy Thomas is going to take it to the next level.
Hey, race fans, will remind you as well, coming up on October the 5th and the 6th, it is the Ralph Allen Tribute Race as M&M Transport Refrigeration presents their big showdown, their championship weekend at Waycross Motor Speedway. That'll be at Waycross, Georgia on October the 5th and 6th. Featuring a 10,000 win late model event preliminaries on Friday night, October the 5th, and a couple of other races. October 6th is the championships. That is Waycross Motor Speedway and the Ralph Allen Tribute Race. Shout out to also Michelle Carter Stone. She's listening to the broadcast in
Hi, Michelle.
Georgia.
How you doing?
There you go. So, no, but I mean, it's really cool. Me and Michael, we've called some of these national late model races. Who could forget the weekend before 4th of July? Dalton Cook, you mentioned his name. Travis Pennington, Joseph Brown. They were 3 wide coming off the corner, doors slamming each other. They were sideways around the racetrack. And when it was all said and done, we saw the great move made by Pennington just by merely cutting in front of him on a slide job off turn 4 to pick up that big win. Another great show we saw on the National Late Model Series. You talked about Mark Whitener and Pennington having great battles and slide jobs. Dalton Cook has raced hard. I've seen some great impressive runs by John Baker.
Let's not forget
Turbo Tyler Turvin, another young man as well. Jason Fitzgerald, the Jacksonville Juggernaut, has also had some success. He won it at Southern Raceway in Milton, Florida, back in April as well. So definitely, I think we've had 5 different winners on the tour this year. The only band that's ever been a repeat winners have been Mark Whitener and Travis Pennington. So it's definitely interesting, and I can tell you, we are working. Billy Thomas and I are working on locking down a big national sponsor. We got meetings coming up. If that happens, this National Late Model Supercar Series could go national, Joe Kelly. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Well, that's fine.
And this is going to be the hub track of where it started, right here at East Alabama Motor Speedway.
It's hard to find racetracks like this. I get around to a lot of racetracks, too, and there's a lot of good racetracks around. I like just about every racetrack, but this is a great racetrack for
it's awesome.
racing.
And I can tell you something as well, race fans. When you come back here in November for the National 100, there's going to be a whole bunch of different stuff done to this place. We've already worked on ideas of doing different things, scenery-wise, changing things up, making it look like more colorful, look more lively. I'm not saying that it's not already, but, that big block of the back straightaway where you see like 8 pieces of pole sticking there for nothing, there's going to be some use added to it. Mm-hmm. There's going to be decorations around the speedway. The weekend of the National 100, if I remember, is the week right before Veterans Day. So we've got a big tribute plan for that too. So we're ready to go. Let's do it. Well, how about it, Joe Kelly? Let's give them the official starting lineup for round number 9 of the National Late Model Supercar Series for 2018 and the 46th running of the Alabama State Championship weekend. Let's give you your lineup. Row number 10 on the outside.
That's going to be the 79 car, Jimmy Price. Jimmy Price in the 79 car.
Row number 10 on the outside. He won here back in August at the Ray Miller Tribute, car number 14 out of Norman Park, Georgia. That's going to be John Baker to his inside. Car number 44 out of Sonoa, Georgia. It's the Cat Daddy. It's Clint Smith. He'll be in the 44. He will start in 17th.
Row number 8 on the outside in the 10G. That's going to be Adam Giles. Adam Giles in the 10G. Inside of Adam Giles in the 888. That's going to be Dennis Hale.
Crazy H is what I call him right
Crazy
there.
H.
Moving on to row number 7 on the outside. Car number 4 is going to be Dusty Jones. Dusty Jones in the number 4 car. To his inside out of Lanett, Alabama. One of the Knowles families in the house. That's Dylan Knowles. He's in the 29. He will start in 13th.
Outside of row 6 in the number 85 Roberts Trucking entry here tonight. Looking for a little luck in this one. It's going to be Ronnie Johnson. Inside of Ronnie Johnson, over out of West Florida in the 47 car, that's going to be Joseph Joyner.
Moving on to row number 5, starting 10th. In car number 34, that's going to be Travis Stone. He'll start in 10th position and starting 9th. Car number 82, that's going to be Randall Powell.
Breaking into the top 8 here in the 01 out of Stapleton, Georgia. That's going to be Travis Pennington. Inside of Travis Pennington, we were just talking about these two guys in the 5W out of Middleburg. Yeah, out of Middleburg, Florida. It's going to be the Magic Man, Mark Whitener.
So ironically, you've got Pennington and Whitener right there battling for the championship.
Yes.
Side by side on row number 4. Row 3 on the outside, starting 6. He won the crate late model event. Car number 110 of the Longhorn. That's what we talked about. He's in a crate race. He's in a national late model race. He's in a super race. Slick Ricky Culpepper in the 110. And starting 5th, a former Hooters Pro Cup superstar in his own right. Of course, out of Georgia, that's going to be Mario Gresham in 21.
Absolutely. Row 2 on the outside in the R1. It's going to be Riley Hickman. Inside of Riley Hickman in the 1 car, that's going to be Kenny Collins. Kenny Collins inside of row 2.
And ladies and gentlemen, your front row for the 46th running of the Alabama State Championship race, car number 1D. He resides out of Columbus, Georgia. 1 win on the year at Cochran Speedway back on September 2nd. He's in the Parker's Towing Oakley Sunglasses, Raptech Harness, Trucking Barry Wright with the National Late Model Supercar motor. It is Juicy Dalton Cook. And on the pole, car number 92, He resides out of Columbus, Georgia. He is the Black Diamond Chassis, presented by Denton Motor Services and Lewis Auto Salvage out of Columbus, Georgia. The Flash, that is going to be Joseph Brown.
Awesome. We have got the field set for you, man. This is going to be a great race, Waverly Outland.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward to it. A lot of big racing for this class coming up. Very excited to be here tonight. I tell you, I'm glad that you guys called me in the middle of the week.
I did. Me and Billy Thomas were talking about you. Definitely, yes.
I'm glad I'm here. Things changed around and made it possible to be here. Excited to see the National Late Model Supercar Series here tonight. $5,000 to win, 46 laps for these guys. Going to be a great race.
Yes, sir, it is. The boys are back in town. It's going to be a good one. We hope you enjoy it. 46 laps, $5,000 to win. Michael Patton will be joining us here in a minute.